Your cat may be happier, safer, and more secure than you realize. But the clearest signs are not the ones most owners think to check. Count how many of these 8 signs your cat shows. The final one is often mistaken for indifference, even though it may reveal one of the strongest bonds a cat can form. Cats do not tell you they are thriving. They do not wag their tail or announce it in any way you might expect. They show you in small, quiet moments that happen every single day. And most owners walk right past them without realizing what they are seeing. Today, that changes. No single sign on this list proves that every need is being met. But when several of these behaviors appear consistently, they can offer reassuring clues about your cat's comfort, health, and sense of security. Sign number 8. She softens her eyes when she looks at you. Watch your cat from across the room. Sometimes, when your eyes meet, she will do something almost imperceptible. Her eyelids will drift slowly downward. Not a blink, a softening. That quiet moment is one of the quietest positive signals she may show you. Research at the University of Sussex found that cats showed more eye-narrowing movements when their owners slow blinked at them than when the owners were present but did not interact. In a separate experiment, cats were also more likely to approach an unfamiliar researcher after a slow blink interaction than after a neutral expression. In the cat world, a hard, unbroken stare is a low-level threat, the kind of look that can start a confrontation. So when your cat holds your gaze and then slowly, deliberately softens her eyes, she is doing the precise opposite of a threat. She is telling you, I see you, I feel safe, I am at ease. You can even return it. Catch her gaze, relax your face completely, and let your own eyes drift half-closed for a moment. Many cats will blink back, and some will keep going, back and forth, in a quiet conversation that needs no words at all. Sign number 7. Her tail goes up the moment she sees you. Watch her tail the moment you walk through the door, or the moment she spots you from the other side of the room. If it rises straight up, tall, confident, sometimes with just the very tip curved over, she is giving you one of the warmest greetings in her behavioral vocabulary. Behavioral scientists studying cat communication have documented that the tail-up greeting is strongly associated with friendly approach. Domestic cats use it with familiar cats, and especially often when approaching humans they feel comfortable with. It functions as a friendly signal and an invitation to interact. A tail held low, tucked tight, or puffed wide carries very different messages. But that relaxed vertical tail with the gently curled tip, offered freely and easily the moment she spots you, is a sign that your arrival is genuinely good news to her. Once you start watching it, you will see it everywhere. On the way to her food bowl, following you between rooms, walking toward you for no particular reason. Each time that raised tail is her way of saying, I am glad you are here. Does your cat raise her tail when she sees you? Tell us in the comments, and let us know at the end how many of these 8 signs your cat shows. Sign number 6. She sleeps with a loose, relaxed body. Cats are built to stay alert. Even in rest, their biology keeps one ear half listening. A survival response from a time when sleeping too deeply in the open could mean becoming prey. So when your cat settles into a fully relaxed, loose-bodied sleep, that is worth noticing. A loose sleeping posture, relaxed muscles, and choosing an exposed resting place can suggest that a cat feels comfortable enough to lower her vigilance. However, sleeping posture should always be interpreted together with temperature, health, personality, and the wider situation. A curled or tucked position does not automatically indicate anxiety. It can simply reflect warmth-seeking or individual preference. Watch for the small details: paws that twitch, whiskers that flicker, the soft, irregular breathing of a cat who has sunk deep enough to dream. What to look for is a body that appears low in tension, loose, unhurried, and unbothered by the sounds and movements around her. And where she chooses to sleep matters too. A cat who picks the spot nearest to you, on your bed, against your leg, in the chair that smells like you, is not just seeking warmth. She is choosing to rest where you are. Sign number 5. She eats without fear or competition. Watch how your cat approaches her food, not what she eats or how much, but the feeling around the bowl. A comfortable cat can eat without constantly scanning the room, guarding the bowl, or being displaced by another animal. Feline feeding behavior researchers have noted that calm, unhurried eating in a cat who is alone at the bowl and unbothered by her surroundings can reflect a low-stress home environment. Eating always leaves an animal briefly vulnerable. Head down, attention divided. A cat who settles in without tension is showing you she does not feel the need to stay on high alert while she eats. One owner described noticing her rescue cat begin eating without glancing up every few seconds, something that had taken nearly a year to develop. That shift, quiet as it was, meant more to her than almost any other change she had seen. It is worth knowing that sudden changes in appetite or eating behavior can reflect changes in health, routine, or the home environment. Those changes are always worth discussing with your vet. But a cat who comes to her bowl with quiet confidence, eats at her own pace, and walks away content, that is a cat who feels settled. Sign number 4. She still plays like she means it. Your dignified adult cat. Suddenly drops into a crouch, wiggles her back end with absolute seriousness, and launches herself across the room after a shadow. Do not laugh. Or rather, laugh, but also understand what you are watching. Feline behaviorists have noted that continued interest in age-appropriate play is one encouraging indicator of physical and emotional well-being in cats. Play typically requires some level of energy, motivation, and a degree of relaxation, which is why cats who are unwell or under sustained stress often show reduced interest in it. It is not a definitive measure, but it is a meaningful one. A kitten is a small, furry hurricane. A senior cat might prefer a careful, deliberate bat at a feather, or a single, well-placed pounce. The energy becomes gentler. But the spark, the focused crouch, the wiggle before the leap, that is still there. A cat who still perks up for her favorite toy is showing you something worth noticing. Sign number 3. She makes sounds she saves, especially for you. Here is something that surprises many cat owners. Adult cats use meowing especially often in communication with humans. Among themselves, grown cats communicate largely through scent and body language. The meow, the trill, the chirp, many of these sounds appear most frequently in cat-to-human interactions. Research suggests that cat vocalizations vary with context, and meowing is used especially often in communication with humans. Some owners notice what seem like individual greeting sounds or different tones in familiar situations, but these are best understood as observations rather than proven person-specific vocal systems. The soft trill a cat makes walking toward you, that rolling, warm sound, is one of the more affectionate vocalizations in a cat's repertoire. Many cats use it when approaching people they feel at ease with. A cat who keeps up a steady, soft conversation with you answering when you speak to her, calling when she wants to find you, is a cat who feels comfortable enough to keep the dialogue going. That chatty, expressive little voice is not a demand. It is an invitation. And it tends to appear most often around the people a cat feels genuinely at home with. Sign number 2. Her grooming is balanced and unhurried. This one surprises people. Grooming seems so ordinary, so automatic. But the way your cat grooms, and how much, can tell you something meaningful about how she feels. Veterinary ethologists have documented that grooming behavior in cats is sensitive to their overall state. Both a sudden decline in grooming and excessive licking can signal stress, pain, or illness, and both are worth attention. A calm, balanced grooming session may suggest that she feels sufficiently relaxed in that moment. A cat who stretches out in the middle of the floor and works through a full, unhurried grooming session, paw, ear, flank, tail, in her own time, is showing you a body that is not braced, not alert, not managing something difficult. Balanced, unhurried grooming can be one reassuring signal among many. It suggests a cat comfortable enough in her environment to take care of herself without being on guard while she does it. A sudden change in either direction, coat becoming dull and unkempt, or a cat licking one spot repeatedly, is always worth a closer look. Sign number 1. She wanders off and always comes back. And the final sign is the one many loving owners misunderstand. This is the one that surprises most devoted cat owners because it looks like indifference. She explores for a while, naps somewhere on her own, sits at the window, and then, for no clear reason, she wanders back to find you. That pattern, moving away and returning again and again through the day, is one of the more meaningful things a well-settled cat does. A cat who comfortably alternates between independence and voluntary contact may be showing that she feels secure in her home and values your company. Returning to you is not proof of a human-style attachment pattern, but it is still a meaningful social choice. A cat who keeps seeking you out across different moments and different moods has decided something consistent about where she wants to be. The cat who appears in a doorway just to see what you are doing. The one who follows you between rooms at an easy, unhurried distance. The one who handles time alone and then greets you warmly when you return. These are not random behaviors. They are small, repeated choices made by an animal who did not have to make them. She has the whole house. She keeps choosing you. That is still something worth noticing. 8 signs, 8 quiet ways your cat may be showing you every single day that she is doing well. How many did you recognize? If you saw most of them, you already know what that means. You are doing something right. Something she shows you in the small, easy-to-miss language that cats speak. And if you noticed a few that seem to be missing, that is not something to feel guilty about. It is simply something to pay attention to. If this video helped you see your cat differently today, please share it with someone who loves their cat. And subscribe to Cat Code ReleVADED. We are here every week, helping you understand the animal who keeps choosing to come back to you.